what Abba Kyari's death will do to the Cabals in Aso Rock. Following the death of President Muhammadu Buhari, Chief of Staff, Malam Abba Kyari, who passed out after contracting the deadly coronavirus, Abba Kyari, who contracted this viral infection during his trip to Germany and Egypt. Late Abba Kyari is accused of being among the group of highly influential people in the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, who was influencing government policies. This insinuation can be traced to a few years back when the First Lady Aisha Buhari raised alarm that two powerful men has hijacked the government of her husband, President Muhammadu Buhari, and she called on all men to resist these powerful men. Abba Kyari and his team of allegedly Cabals has been said to be restricting governors, ministers from getting easy access from the president, as all protocols must pass through him. He was so powerful that foreign journalists portrays him as the de facto president. Recalled after victory at 2019 polls and swearing in of the minister, President Muhammadu Buhari directed all the ministers and all other protocols to pass through the office of his chief of staff, a decision which was received with mixed feelings from the masses. It was also reported that Abba Kyari's maidens saw him fall out with former head of service Winifred in 2017. Recalled on November 1st, 2017, Abba Kyari and Winifred fell, who was the former head of service, clashed with Abba Kyari and both engaged in a heated debate after a weekly federal executive that the video council meeting and the video trending on social media. However, Winifred was relieved from her duty by President Muhammadu Buhari following allegations that she was involved in a 3 billion naira fraud. Also, in February of 2020, a presidential memo directing nations' security chiefs to stop reporting to Abba Kyari by President Muhammadu Buhari National Security Advisor Babangida Mangunu was leaked to the press. It should be noted that the Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari does not direct the security apparatus of the Republic of Nigeria. His job, as it relates to secretary, stops at conveying Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari writing directives. There is Igbo proverbs that says that when a wolf captures the mother's hen, then the chickens will scatter. With the death of Abba Kyari, allegedly the head of Cabals, other members of the Cabals will be in dismay because of the unplanned and sudden passing away of late Abba Kyari. There are signs that the end and reign of these powerful men in Aso Rock is very, very closer than ever, and hopefully that the federal government will reposition it themselves to avoid a situation where another set of powerful individuals will hijack the government again. So Buhari should separate these gangs so that the power will not be taken over by this next chief of staff. Government should reposition itself to avoid a situation where another set of powerful men or individuals will hijack the government again from him. Viewers, this is the word from a journalist. So I call it is a good article. Look at it, and that is true. What this writer says is really, really saying the truth. He's really right about it, that the death of Abba Kyari would definitely chase out Cabals in Aso Rock into hiding, because a lot of them knows the secret behind the replacement of Buhari, but they will never come out to say it out because of the fear to be sacked. Because any little thing that any Nigerian do or journalist say against the President Muhammadu Buhari's government, the person will be arrested. That is what they do. So these cabals are really afraid of being sacked or their lives being taken, or even going to jail. They are afraid. That's why they have been keeping all this for years now. That has been keeping all this for years. That is why they are having difficulty to elect another new chief of staff that will replace Abba Kyari. They can't get it because Abba Kyari has been the one controlling the affairs of Nigeria before he died. If he needs anything, if the masses needs anything, the so-called Jibril Buhari will direct them to Abba Kyari, that anything Abba Kyari says, Abba Kyari decision should be final. Imagine that. What is Abba Kyari the leader? Okay, look at how now that he's suffering this. He's suffering it because the spokesman is no longer alive. That is why he's more confused on who to elect as the next chief of staff of Nigeria. They said that on November 1st, 2013, that Abba Kyari and Winifred, who was the former head of service, they said they slashed with Abba Kyari and both engaged in a heated debate after a weekly federal executive. They were arguing that the video council meeting was not revealed. And why would they send such a video to the public? They fall to the extent that at the end of the day, it was settled, actually. But now that Abba Kyari is dead, what is the next line of actions? Who will now become the chief of staff? If that is their own, if they like, they should put their own people there again. Or they should elect someone like that has been planning evil with Buhari to destroy Nigerians. If they like, they should come together. I know that God will definitely take all of them one after the other. They said the wicked will never go unpunished. That is what an adage says. And according to what the Igbo parable says, it says when a wolf captures the mother's hen, then the chickens will definitely scatter. So that is what it is. If they have been coming together to wish evil or to plan evil with themselves to destroy Nigeria, then they will scatter. That is what is happening now. Abba Kyari is dead, and no more friendship, no more someone telling Jibril what to do concerning this country. So he's now confused. It's now getting it difficult to elect another person as the chief of staff of the country. So viewers, what would you have to say concerning this news that you just heard? Your comment is very much needed. Please don't hesitate to drop them below the comment box. Click on the subscription button as well as the bell button to receive updates whenever I publish new videos. And don't forget, share and like this news as well. Thank you.